Hello, I'm IVORY, and today I'm going to be playing some Precipice. This is a game that was just sent to me out of the blue, maybe because of the weird communism things. Because you know, who would be better to lead the USSR in a battle against the United States than the person who successfully, for 5 or 6 days, ran a server like a communist dictator. That's the logic that I believe the developers had, and yeah, they sent this game over a few weeks early, and I feel like I'm going to be checking it out. This isn't going to be like a review, it's not going to be any form of coverage like that. It's just going to be me checking out the game because I thought the concept was really interesting, which is, of course, you fight the Cold War. You get to pick a whole bunch of different things. I haven't played any of this so far because I wanted it to be my fresh time of view, but I really love the concept of like, oh yeah, fight the Cold War. I really love the concept art of like, oh yeah, so for some reason they're all animals. Like, look, it's a rat breaking down the Berlin Wall and all these sorts of things. So we're going to be going through the tutorial, and then we're going to be playing some more because, again, we have to play as the US for the tutorial, it seems like, but then we'll be the Ursine Soviet Socialist Republics. We'll be the bear in the suit, because I'm just saying, like, the bear in the suit has a huge size advantage over the eagle, so maybe that's how we'll do that. Anyway, that's what we're doing today. It's going to be a lot of fun. Monitors are all a bit weird because the game doesn't have many options right now. It just, like, the settings include, like, music and sound, so I couldn't get it to go on the right monitor, but it's all good besides that. I must defeat my rival, the USSR, by either reaching my victory target, 18 influence points, or having more victory points when the game ends. So, yeah, you can see it's like one of these kind of, I don't know how to even refer to it, like strategy style games, but, you know, it's got a very clear, it looks a bit like Risk, you know, but instead of Risk, we're fighting a major proxy war, or a major 45-year-long war that doesn't actually ever go direct. We can't just invade the USSR. I don't think, actually. Instead, we have to look at Libya, and we have to decide, like, should we have some fuel protests? Or maybe we should have some controversy, or is that controversy? Counter-spy. Or maybe we should deploy some agents. And you've got all these options because the Cold War was not a war of direct, you know, fighting, unlike every other war of history. Instead, the Cold War was this covert, again, proxy wars and influencing other countries, and it was about the ideology of like, oh yeah, should democratic capitalism or should socialistic communism, if you want, whichever way you want to say things, right? But you know, again, because they're not really, people say like, oh, democracy, communism, capitalism, communism. It's kind of a bit more complex than that, but that was the big reason for things, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. Anyway, hello, I'm IVORY, and let's do this. So, the target icon appears when there is a less than guaranteed chance of success. Again, a bit like Risk. Libya has a chance, a stability level of 4. We can get the stability to drop, and we use this change to regime. So, given that it's stability level 4, that means that the USSR has a really good thing over it. But if we invaded, that would go down. But instead, we'll just deploy an agent, I guess. Send them in by plane, it seems. So now we have 3 agents available to me, and one of them is deployed to Libya. Agents give us 2 special actions, supporting insurgents and initiating coups d'etats. Spies can conduct these actions in the country they're in, but as well as any other adjacent country. I like to skim through these things, probably to my later detriment, but yeah, there's counter spies, keep your spies mobile, etc, etc. So we're gonna now do some fuel protests. I don't know if, oh, we're fueling the protests. I thought it was like protests about fuel. And now they're like, oh yeah, we sure are angry about the government. Would it be great if there was an insurgency that was funded? And on those who oppose the current pro-Soviet Libyan government. Because again, there are so many democratically elected governments that were maybe overthrown by one of the sides during the war. So we'll give some guns to them on the down low. A little bit contrary here. And, oh, we've got a brush fire conflict. So yeah, it's a really interesting strategy game in that it's not it's got the war game kind of vibe to it. But it's not really about war. There is a war option. We can always take that, right? Demand lands. Oh, okay. Oh, you can see where demand is highest? I wonder what for. So Pakistan's in need of food, so if we give them food, then we gain some points in Pakistan. Is Pakistan on our side? Like, do we need to give them? Oh, look, it's got regional scoring, it's got loyalty, stability. There's actually, oh, we got oil. Funnily enough, a lot of the oil comes from the Middle East. This is a revelation that you will definitely have only just found out right now. That's for sure. Trade agreements, manufactured goods supply, raw material. Okay, you get the point. Like, every country has a lot of different things. So let's go to Pakistan, and let's give them some food. Foreign aid, I guess. Oh, food is separate to foreign aid. Okay, if you want to say it that way. Pakistan is ruled by a goat, it seems. Maybe it's just like to avoid having characters they have to avoid offending. Just every world leader is represented by an animal. Let's see what the UK is represented by. Oh, we're a badger. Oh, that's the Queen. It's the the Queen is a badger. Look, this is me and the Queen right here. This is high quality. Toycat convinced China and South Africa to work with you. Yeah, I mean right now. Okay, wait. So we want to end turn. I don't know how we get out of here. I think I shouldn't have done that. But yeah, we'll end turn. Yeah, looking at the map right now, it doesn't look good for us, does it? Again, later will be the Soviets. It'll be fine. Soviet Union has invaded the sovereign nation of Pakistan. What should we do? Ignore or protest in diplomatic note? Well, we all know the strongest way to deal with armed conflict is diplomatic notes. So one of those should. Oh, it doesn't let me click it. Ignore, I guess. It doesn't let me do either. Oh, okay. We have two choices: do nothing or demand their forces retreat from Pakistan. Let's demand their. I mean, like they did just invade a sovereign location, right? And they just said. They are justifying their actions by saying it's destabilizing international. Okay, whatever. Showing weakness in the front of the Soviet Union now will only bolster communist movements and cause you to lose influence with Mexico and Zaire. We can't lose Zaire, so let's present our case to the United Nations. There's a lot of if stakes get too high before someone backs down, we may end up in a nuclear war that neither side will win. Oh yeah, that's the really cool thing about this game. Because again, I wanted to go into this blind. The idea is the game has wars and stuff. But you can get to the stage where you threaten them and they threaten you back. And the way you lose is if everyone nukes each other. Like you can, as well as winning, you can also lose. And they're different states than you might assume. So, anyway, what we're going to do now is they're not backing down, we'll have to threaten to use force. Military intervention. In the interest of preventing a global... Wow, there's a lot of things going on here. Thanks for being a good painkiller, says Tatiana. This is like the second time I feel like you've had that issue. But you're welcome. I am a painkiller today. That makes me officially a drug dealer. And thank you very much for the 22 crowns in exchange for the drug of painkilling. But yeah, thank you very much, Tatiana. In the interest of preventing a global war, the Soviet Union has reversed their action. So, just like that, now Pakistan, strong ally. Because we gave them food, and we saved them from the Soviets. But yeah, what you can actually do is, so, we're going to deal with destabilizing Libya. Because, I mean, Libya's a valuable... Also, look, it's Gaddafi, but he's some form of wolf. Again, it's small details like that can make you like it again. But yeah, we're gonna fund another insurgency. Wow, this is so historically inaccurate. That definitely never happened in the Arabic-speaking world, especially not Libya. If we spend free AP, we can attempt a coup d'etat. If we succeed, the country is ours. If we fail, we push the country in the hands of the Soviet enemies. So I mean, given that it's already in their hands, like yeah, sure, stage a coup, see what happens. Hey, now Libya's on the side of the US. But yeah, in case you're not familiar too much with the Cold War, it's one of the least interesting and the most interesting wars because it's so recent, but it's so different to every other engagement ever. It's arguably the first modern day war or whatever, because there isn't fighting. But it's interesting because this is kind of how it is. You win countries by having them have different leaders. Oh, we can spend money on the space race. Heck yeah, I guess. I always find it amusing that it's always thought that America won the space race, but it's basically true that the Soviets won, right? Like they put a dog in space. I mean, they left the dog in space. They didn't have any plans to bring it back, which I think is the worst thing about that whole nonsense. Also, I like how the whole of the Caribbean is just Cuba now. Like all those other islands are gone. I imagine there's a few other places like, yeah, there's no Sri Lanka either. Okay, Europe's at least accurate enough. Fair enough. We don't need Sri Lanka anyway. Not like anyone streaming this is, doing that. So, game sounds are a little loud. Oh, the sound turned itself up. I turned it down before the stream. So I guess bug if developers happen to watch this at any point. But yeah, no, I'm always, I don't know what caused that to go off. But thank you for the heads up, Liam Venomir. No Iceland. Oh, Iceland's missing too. Yeah, we got Greenland for some reason. America's moved a bit up the orbital thing, so we're going to end the turn. See what the Soviets do this turn. Also, it is a turn-based game. It's not like real-time, or like things just happen. Your intelligence service has uncovered compelling evidence that they're trying to support a rebellion. So what we're going to do is we're going to ignore that, it's fine. We don't need Colombia. So, Soviets are placing troops in countries that are loyal to them, that has only one purpose, preventing their invasion of these countries. Americans and Soviet troops may never directly fight each other. Doing so would escalate this Cold War into total war. See, that's the cool thing. The game literally does not let you fight the other troops. We have free spies to work with, and so do the Soviets. It's possible those spies are out there in the world right now, so be prudent to try and figure out where they are. Oh, if you kill a spy, then that's, I get. Did you know spies still exist in 2019? Like, thousands of them too. But yeah, there's only 3 in this game. So we're gonna try and infiltrate the KGB, which, I mean, I just feel like that'd be a tricky thing to do personally. And we're gonna find out. Oh, we find out which regions have at least one Soviet spy. So there's a Soviet spy somewhere in South America. Not very specific. But yeah, next up we're gonna go to Vietnam. And we're just gonna invade it, apparently. Oh, because we're... Right, Cold War. So, invade. And we don't know what's happening till we get there. And because this is meant to be, you know, an indication of what's going on there, then what's gonna presumably happen is send a total of 4 troops in. Do we just keep invading? Yeah, we do. And yeah, it's gonna presumably be like, this is what really happened. But I'm hoping after this tutorial, we can get straight into alternate history. Music is still a bit loud. Interesting. It's like crazy low on my thing, but we'll turn it down even more. Assuming that does affect it. Okay, we'll turn it down to that. Because I'm not even listening to music anyway. It's probably got some issues with it. Also, what about India? So yeah, India right now is, again, we don't know what time this is. Like, what period, year in history. But the interesting thing about this map, so click the world event that has arisen. It is the button with the exclamation mark. World event. India and China are 2 great nations that have been burdened by the legacy of blah 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 blah. Supplying both nations of oil will secure our place in their economy. Heck yeah, let's give them some oil. Oh, you need to have influence over both countries. Okay, let's give India. Why is India red? That's not how that works. But yeah, in case you're curious, right now it looks like India's one giant country. There's no Bangladesh, I guess, is what you're looking at. Bangladesh actually used to be a part of Pakistan. Like, it was only like 50, 60 years ago they split. The Soviet Union has invaded the sovereign nation of Gulf states. Well, that's not a sovereign nation, that's multiple countries. Let's protest a diplomatic note. You know where this one's going. So, let's ignore these developments. Really? We're gonna ignore that? Okay. So, keep on ignoring these things. So we know that there's a spy in one of those 4 places. At 2 AP a guest, we can afford a couple of counter-spy operations. And we're gonna try and just get the spy. Okay. Counter-spy. We get him. And we're gonna try Venezuela. Famously a US ally, apparently. It's gonna be great. Please go to Sweden, says Dartpicker. I like seeing all the like world leaders, like it's a llama here. That is very fun. Like I love me I love it when there's some goofiness going on here. So we're gonna try next with Venezuela. Send in a counter spy. And it looks like we just killed a man. And it's fine because he was a spy. And spies are bad people. But look, the Venezuela guy is just a macaw, a parrot. I'm not even a Venezuelan bird of some form. I want to see all the leads a little bit, but yeah, these are all the rules. Also captured in our rule guide. Okay, now we go back to the main menu, and we can finally play as the Soviets. Heck yeah. But yeah, the interesting thing is the music turns itself all the way up. Just regularly. I don't know why that is. Like, of all the things that need to not turn up, music should be one of them. So let's do this again. But this time, we finished this tutorial. We can play for real now. So we'll try and play against a low-end AI. I don't even know what this... Oh, it looks like there's no difficulty. It's just how risk-taking they are. So we'll just take the normal one. Let's do this, I guess. Okay. Classic map. Gonna play as the Ursine Soviet... Again, I love that it's just a bear in a suit. Like, this is what you picture when you picture Russian leader. Like, oh yes, have you heard of Churkinov? And it's like, I'm not familiar with him. Also, what about the Polish leader? Don't worry, Polish boy. Oh, it's boy. I'm gonna be going on everyone. So, we get 3 perks. We get to... I guess we'll go with North Korea, right? Like, USSR... Actually, we'll take Poland as an ally. We'll take Saudi Arabia. Actually, yeah. So you get to pick a bunch of different perks. And I'm going to go ahead and just assume, you know, the US cannot have Thailand. We're going to have Poland. And we'll also take North Korea. Again, 3 good friends right there. Poland, North Korea, and Thailand. This is not a war game. Both you and your rival possess the necessary firepower to annihilate each other with a push of a button. The path to victory will require diplomacy, subterfuge. Oh, God, well, there goes my reading. Where are the Falklands? There are no Falklands today. There's just the UK. So, yeah, now we're playing as the USSR. I'm going to go right for Ireland, who is a fox, by the way. And we're going to fuel some protests in the country. And I'm just going to see if we can just take Ireland out now. Like, invade? I'm not going to invade Ireland. You know, as a British person, I feel like it's bad optics for me to just invade Ireland, so I'm going to not do that. I feel like that goes in a controversial way. I feel like it'd be an easy, like, because it's a small country, like, on the map. Because, you know, this game seems to group a lot of countries together. But Ireland, for instance, is quite small. I figured you not go in there, do that. Not so easy, so instead we'll go to Spain, and we'll counter-spy, or deploy agents, or diplomacy. Screw it. We're not interested. Wow, that's very rude. Actually, we'll go to another country, like, more friendly with us, like Greece. There aren't many countries that are friendly with us. I guess that's how that's life being the USSR, right? Invade the United Kingdom. Protest is the best seasoning to sprinkle in. You know, a little bit of protest, a little bit of subterfuge. I can't say that word. Subterfuge. You know, a little bit of the thing. Oh, wait, Sweden. I think we definitely want to go for Sweden. They're the easiest neutral country. All we have to do is fuel some protests, give them some diplomacy. We will have to see. Again, I think this is the current Swedish Prime Minister, like Carl Gustafsson or something. But he's a moose, because he's Swedish. I want to see the Norwegian guy. Oh, it's a horse! This is a very lovable way to do these things. So we could just invade. But again, I want to... Yeah, you're not just invade. We'll bury you. I don't reckon you will. So we'll send in 3 troops, take over Sweden, make it the Soviet Republic of Sweden, and now, there we go. Look at that. Friend. Pray the US. They've issued a formal denouncement of the invasion of Sweden. So I'll lose influence of Cuba. So let's just justify the war. And the US has dropped the issue. There we go. Sorted. Whereas the US is going to give some money to Pakistan. And also put some troops in Norway. Fun fact, Norway is not in the EU, but it is in NATO. There we go. I'm sorry, Felix. PewDiePie is about to feel the wrath of communism. So yeah, if you look at that on this bottom thing, we're actually doing quite bad. I guess the USSR has a natural downside here. But we're just going to keep on escalating the war. Just keep on throwing money into that. And we're going to make sure that Sweden feels our wrath. And eventually joins us on our side. So we're going to back out of here. And maybe check out another region of the world. Because, like, the Middle East, it's... you know, like, we're doing quite strong in North Africa. But what's this Middle East with the blue here? Like Oman, for instance, I think that is. The Gulf states. Even though it's kind of... I guess it's Oman and, like, the UAE and maybe Qatar and Bahrain, too. Let's do some diplomacy with them. We're not interested. Also, I like that it's a goat with, like, one of those really comfortable looking things. Like, don't you secretly wish you could wear one of those all day? I do. So if they're not interested, then I guess we'll go for, like, Thailand. Because the US isn't allowed to go in there, so... Oh, we ran out of actions. We'll make friend with that raccoon later. Oh, they're doing some things with Indonesia. And Venezuela. Wow, this is not looking good for me there. Also, how is war in Sweden not over yet? Like, come on, guys. We spent... Oh, space race, maybe? Yeah, we'll do the space race, but first we want to... I definitely think we need to take Thailand. Like, you know, great country. Do a little bit of diplomacy. Do a bit of counter-spying. Yeah, counter-spy first. Oh, no, not counter-spy. Regular spying. Deploy agents. You know, they're basically the same thing. And now with our agents, we can fund an insurgency. Maybe do some more insurgencies. See if they get mad about that. I don't think they actually can get mad because they're not allowed to. So then we'll fund our space race. Though we ran out of action points this time. Okay, that's fine. While the US gives a bunch of money to Germany. Again, it's interesting how, like, I guess because this is, they used an accurate map at the start of it. But I wonder if the point of this is to prove how, like, oh yeah, it's going to be exactly the same. Like, maybe we could just take South Korea, for instance. That'd be pretty useful, right? Should we take South Korea? Rip the Netherlands is not its own country anymore. Oh, Jesus, I didn't even realize that, Leanne. Like, so Norway, Sweden, and Finland are all separate. So is Denmark here, right? Oh, no, Denmark, Norway is a country. There's no independent Denmark. But for some reason, there's just France and West Germany. All those Benelux countries, they're kind of non-existent anyway. Also, Switzerland is just Italy. Like, everything else isn't too bad. Like, okay, we got Czechoslovakia, which is also Hungary. And we got, yeah, so there's a few countries that are missed, but I mean, we got the bulk of it. And there's way too many African countries, like, given the time period. Like, there's way too few given the modern day. But, you know, there's some historical accuracy issues, but that's fine. So while we deal with all of those, we'll fund some insurgencies in Thailand, I guess. Seems to be working quite well. Just keep funneling money into that country. Topple the regime. Invade it or throw a coup. I reckon a coup. Hey! Thailand's red now. And look at that. Now we got... Like, okay, you know what? Whenever I play, like, any war-based game, even if it's logical, I like having just all of the continent, you know? Like, it's satisfying knowing that, oh, want to invade from there, US? You can't now. Also, Indonesia's pretty weak. Would be a shame if someone sent an agent over there, eh? But yeah, stuff like that. So the United States has issued a formal denouncement of your support for insurgents in Thailand. I haven't funded Thailand at all, I think you'll find. So, I guess I'll justify the aid? Oh, they found evidence of it. Oh no. I've been funding communist extremists. That's not what you should be doing. We're gonna reject the evidence. Hey, they've withdrawn the issue. So really the game is just like, how far do you think I can go with all these things? So they've done another formal denouncement. I'll justify the aid again. Ooh, you know, I think I did good there. Support the communists. Oh yeah, that. I have to ready the nuclear weapons because they're maybe putting the armed forces in there. Okay, well, chat, what do you think? Should we get ready to nuke the US over Thailand, or should we just give it up? Like, there are more important things than this. Because I'm feeling like getting the nuclear weapons ready might be a bit extreme, given that I only got attached there a few minutes ago. Also, nothing sketchy here. Nuke India so you can destroy T-Series. Nuke, ready the nuclear weapons. Oh god, oh no, okay, well. It's red button or terminate aid. But if I terminate aid, I lose favor of all those countries. So, red button? I don't know about this, guys. I feel like this is a terrible decision. Hey, let's hit the red button. You know, I didn't think this would... Well, the good news is we didn't lose. Well, everyone lost. But 0-0, that's a draw. Which is actually better than the actual result of the Cold War. You know? So really, did pretty well. But we're going to try that again, maybe. I didn't realize it was just instant, oops. Accidentally nuked them, and now they nuked us back, and now the world is gone. So, we'll try that again. Okay, let's do this. We're going to start again. This time we're going to be a bit more tactical about it, I reckon. So 3 perks for your side. We'll take Argentina. I could do with Argentina. Actually, wait, yeah, that's, So Sweden was pretty great last time, but I think I want Japan, maybe? Yeah, we'll go for Japan. So US cannot deploy agents into Thailand. Yeah, I think that was actually quite a good call. Allows me to get all the continent. And then we'll have, like, Iran, you know, Ethiopia. Gonna be a solid, and then Cuba, I guess, right? Yeah, we definitely want to keep Cuba safe. And then maybe China too. Yeah, if we lose China, it's over. So keep China on the side. Whatever. Path to victory required diplomacy, subterfuge, misdirection, and lull of bravery. I got this. I like the game so serious, and I'm just there like, well, let's hit the red button. This is really amusing. Invade Greenland. Yeah, I think that's actually not a bad idea. Oh, you know, this game is so horrifically inaccurate. Like, we decided that there wasn't space to have Denmark and Norway be separate, but then for some reason we've separated Greenland. We could just call it Denmark, like, it'd be easy. I guess someone would be confused about that. But yeah, it's a polar bear in a suit. So we'll fuel some protests, like, hey, have you noticed how, like, there's only like 60,000 people on Greenland. I don't know what you'd protest about, like, there just aren't enough things to do that there, right? But we'll fuel some protests regardless. Get the people real mad at their government. Then deploy some agents. Do some insurgencies. Because the US isn't going to complain about Greenland, right? It's just not a thing people complain about. When was the last time you heard Greenland come up in a conversation? Like, oh yeah, Greenland, land of the polar bears and sea. Like, I can talk crap about like Greenland all day. No one's offended because no one's Greenlandic. No one's like, oh no, toy cat, I'm actually watching this in Greenland. No, if you're in Greenland, you're in a fishing boat, or you're a bear in a suit, apparently. Those are the options. The United States issued a formal denouncement for support insurgents in Greenland. So, I'm going to justify the aid one time. Hey, the US has dropped the issue. While they deal with Mexico. Which, I mean, like, you probably do want to keep Mexico on your side, right? Oh, look, you can even see here, like, each region of the world, how well you're doing. Like, we've got United Front and Warsaw Pact, a majority in the Arab League. But not really so great everywhere else, it seems. So, should we deal with Greenland some more? Or should we focus on Europe? Because, you know, I'm going to try and, like, focus on myself this time. Do well that way. By stationing some troops in East Germany. Like, one of the big mistakes the Soviets made is they didn't focus on East Germany till it was too late. So I'm going to undo that mistake. Give them a bunch of money. Also, I like that... if you've ever seen the leader of East Germany, like, there was one guy in charge of it for, like, 20 or 30 or maybe 40 years, like Honecker, I want to say. This is a pretty accurate depiction of him. Wait, I'll turn my chair. Like, I mean, it's called Honecker. Looks a bit like a weasel. This is perfectly accurate. So we'll station some troops there, and then sign a trade agreement. Like, we want them to be very good friends of us, and then maybe also Czechoslovakia. And then also, it kind of makes sense to get Yugoslavia on side. Again, oh, it's a cat. I don't know how to, like, dodge the cat there. But, yeah, Taito was not a cat, as far as I could tell. But I love this depiction of it. I absolutely love this depiction. Like, how can I not give money to the cat? How could I not do that? It is not enough. Jesus Christ. This really is a cat. A cat is a perfect, like, explainer for that. Like, oh, we're giving you a bunch of money just so that you want to stay friends with us. And the cat's like, no. No, that's not enough. It's a perfect representation of a cat. So we probably have some more money to invest in the space race now. No, we're out of turn. I don't know how you work out how much turn stuff you have left. Is it down there, maybe? American turn. The American capital... I can't do a Russian accent. I wish I could. I think it must be something to do with these things down here, maybe? No, these are my spies. So how do I work out how much I have left in a turn? We have this, maybe? The money? Oh, wait, yeah, it's got to be that up there. That's got to be our like, turn thing. Should we just invade the US? Like, that is not a thing we can infiltrate the CIA, Jesus. So, in Canada, we're just going to send in an agent and just see where that goes. We're not going to fuel any protests or stage a coup, which is a 0% chance of success, because we're nowhere nearby. But what we might just do is do a bit of diplomacy. I mean, I don't think this bear or badger wants to be friends with me, so we'll see how diplomacy goes. We're not interested. Well, you're not. I'm not interested in you either. So instead, we'll do a little bit of insurgencies here, just a little bit, or maybe diplomacy actually. It seems more successful, so. We are not so different. That's right, me and you, polar bear. I'm a bear, you're a polar bear. Think about it, if you weren't in the Arctic, wouldn't we basically be the same? We'll have to see. Oh, that's progress. You know how when you ask, like, a family member, like, hey, can you do this when you're young? And they have all the power. They're like, maybe, and that means no. And I mean, we'll have to see. And it's like, oh, I don't know about that. But when you're the USSR, I feel like it's a bit different, so I'm hoping that works out in our favor. Also, do we have any money left to spend on the space program? We do not. Oh yeah, if you look up there, that is definitely our turn things left. Also, why is France a chicken? Spain is a bull, of course. Morocco is a monkey. Okay. Algeria is... Okay, they're all hilarious animals, is the point. Are you winning, says Connor Beatoncourt. It's very hard to tell. Bit like the Cold War, actually. Yeah, no, we're actually at 5-4. But I think it could, like, you know, it can go either way at this point. So, we're winning, but, like, in the same way that you're winning when you're, I don't know basketball, but that's a game with a lot of points. So, like, when it's, like, 26-24, you're winning, but still kind of not. Or, like, I don't know, like, 4-0. I don't know basketball, man, like, hoops and stuff. You get my point. So we're going to do a bunch of diplomacy this time. We are not so different. You're right, we're not. Look how not different we are, friends. We're so not oh, okay, that went down. Maybe we should just do the insurgency. This is a lot of work, actually. Yeah, we did all that, and it did nothing. Next up, we'll just fund an insurgency. You know, we'll see how that goes instead. Oh, they're funding insurgencies in my territory. Oh man, this is... I've been so focused on Greenland. Not even for any good reason either. So protest and diplomatic note. That's not okay. Present case to United Nations. Threaten military intervention. And okay. We have to back down. Do we? Let's back down. So what we're gonna do is if they're gonna be like awful about it, all we have to do is train some partisans. And then send them in, right? Deploy an agent. And then this is going to be our little place. Because we're also going to fund insurgency over here. And we're going to try and just, like, do things that way. Like, oh, you're so angry about us and, like, sorry, you didn't back down when you took Burma. So we'll take Thailand and then... That can be our strategy, I reckon. Like, because it would be hypocritical to deal with the neighbor in the opposite way, right? Maybe. I'm not even sure. Greenland Bear is literally blinking one eye at you. Is he really? One sec, I didn't even swear his eyes. Oh no, he's not. Okay. I was like, Jesus, that's a... I don't even know bears and I know that's dodgy. So we're going to train some partisans. We want to make them the strong people in this country. They're at 66%, it looks like. Or are we 33%? I'm not even sure here. And then we're also going to keep on funding insurgencies here. Because you better believe we're taking Thailand. Gonna show them who's boss. Oh yeah, they're nice and ripe for a coup right now. They're literally on fire. Just how we want them to be. And they're strengthening Canada, which... I mean, maybe that's a really smart move. Maybe I'm the idiot, but... Seems to me like Canada's pretty safe. Actually, no, Canada's not safe. I'm taking Greenland. In real life, Greenland is, I want to say, like, 10 kilometers from... Canada at its like furthest point, and they share a border sort of technically, so that might actually be smart of them. I just don't think it is. In the meantime, let's stage a coup over here, and the US literally can't be angry, right? It's just not possible. And then also fund some insurgency over here. We're taking this part of the world, even if it's the hard way. Oh, look at that. Both countries are learning now. That's perfect. Also, why is Burma a peacock? I don't understand any of this. Nah, it's the Cold War, man. Too cold for fire. Ah, you got me there. Oh no, Thailand's on fire. Did you know Thailand's had something like 23 military coups since World War II? Like, that's just a part of their government. Like, oh yeah, every now and then, the military comes in, and they invade. You know, it's just like... It's just how we do things here. I just realized that this isn't fully showing on the screen. So I'm going to try and make things... There we go. Now you can see the full screen a bit easier. But yeah, what we're going to do now is I think Thailand's a bit more important. Oh, we can't do anything this time. Got to end it. See how this goes. Oh, we get victory points based on these things here. So when you have the majority on the continent, you get points. So I have 2 points for having the Warsaw Pact, but I'm doing bad in every other place. Okay, I get that. I get that. So we want Southeast Asia back. And the only way to get it back is staging some coups. So here the coup has a way high chance of success. Hey, we overthrew the regime. So now we station some troops there. Or maybe we just take over here too. Oh, we can't. Give them some diplomacy money. I feel like we just tried to invade a little bit ago, so instead we station troops here. Station 2 troops here, sure, why not? Secure Burma against the capitalist pigs. And let's do this. In America, you nuke Russia. In Soviet Russia, Russia nukes you. Wouldn't it be Americans tried to nuke Russia, Russians tried... In Soviet Russia, Russia tries... Wait. Nuke tries to Russia you? I'm not even sure, you're not. It's not really reversed, because it's the same in the way you said it. You forgot about the space race, says Candy. Oh, Jesus, yeah, I've been forgetting about the space race entirely. I have blown this Cold War. I need to send those dogs to space. So... You know, do I care about the sovereign nations in Latin America? The goal here is to let them have all of those 2 hemispheres, and then we can have the rest. Besides Europe, maybe. So we ignore it. Don't even care. I'm too busy taking Thailand. I think you're fine. So the coup's way more likely now. Unless we fund an insurgency first. Oh, which has caused a brush fire conflict? Whatever. It's not really our issue right now. So we're going to fund another insurgency. And then we can stage a big old coup. Oh, it hasn't actually gone better yet, but... Coup. Oh, we know you're arming the rebels. Well, that's not the reaction I wanted at all. Apparently it's really hard to just take a country away. Who would have assumed? Meanwhile, the US is backing their stuff up. So, oh, also it splits Asia into different bits. So South Asia is separate to East Asia. Oh, we have East Asia. Why does that not count towards us? I guess because they're not strong enough red. Like, they're kind of pink more than red. Because again, in real life, even though China was communist, they weren't really, you know, Soviet communists. They're more like doing their own thing over there. So fun insurgency. Oh, what did I just do? Oh. Now the country's on fire. Stage a coup. Boom. Okay, so now Thailand's ours. I think we should go for South Korea at this point. Because, like, unless... Actually, they're part of East Asia. We don't need them. So instead, we go for South Asia. Or we go for Sub-Saharan Africa. Or the Arab League? Yeah, I think we want the Arab League. Like, you know, everyone loves a bit of oil, right? That's a well-known fact in the world. So we'll just send some people into Saudi Arabia. Cure some of them protests. And take them down slowly. Because they're a horse wearing glasses. Is that a horse of bad eyesight or a horse of a fashion sense? Like, which is it? You tell me, chat. What do you think that is? I don't think I could tell you. But yeah, the plan is to slowly... Oh, they're upset that I staged a coup in Thailand. Wow, it's not like you guys have ever done that literally next door. So I'm just gonna justify the aid. Support the communists. Don't make me ready the nuclear missiles. Hey, US is back down. I was ready to hit the button. I was like, you know, I think this is deeply unfair, but they have decided not to pursue any further. Yeah, it's a little bit scary that the whole thing is just... Also, we need to keep India strong. Oh no, they're neutral. So what do they need? Station some troops. Send 2D goods. Oh, 20 goods. I mean, they're also probably 2D goods because it's a computer screen. The horse is blind, like my hope for capitalism, says almost heard voice. So we're gonna send our goods to India. Hey, they're red again. That was easy. And then maybe counter spy. That was a waste. So instead we're gonna put some money into Western Sahara or Morocco. So what's this then, Mali? Yeah, we're just gonna leave a bunch of countries off the map. Oh, the Ivory Coast is an elephant. I don't know if that's offensive or not, but if it's not, I think that's brilliant. And then we're gonna... Yeah, I guess we want Morocco, honestly. Oh no, Saudi Arabia is the target. Like, Morocco's nice, but horse wearing glasses, horse with fashion sense and bad eyesight. You know, I can take that. I can take that. So we'll do some diplomacy. We will have to see. No, that's not good enough, friend. We are not so different. You better believe we're not different. You better believe you secretly want to be the communists. And yeah, now you can see we've got majorities in Warsaw Pact. And in this place. So, it's actually not that hard to get a majority in most of these places. Like, all we gotta do is get three countries in the Arab League, and we're good. Like, we already have 2, really. We probably just have to strengthen them even further. Easy. Okay. So, Japan. Yep, you know, America, Japan is fine. Wait, United States just invaded Japan. Should we protest? Chat, okay, get this right. I reckon... See, I love Japan, so you're gonna hate me for this one. I reckon we just ignore Japan. Like, you know, the US and Japan, it's not like we're gonna get them to go communist. The phrase communist Japan doesn't add up. It's like saying, you know, I would really like to have some, you know, gun bows, or a sword that doesn't kill people, or, I don't know, a Greenland summer, you know, all these, try it, ignore. Everyone is saying protest, they have anime. I'm gonna protest once, but you know, I want to keep my influence in Yugoslavia and Yemen. I'm just gonna back down. Have Japan, sure, whatever. Real offensive, anime communism. So yeah, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna just try and make better friends of the countries we're already friends with. Like, throw some money at this alligator, or a crocodile. I'm not sure which it is, but have some money, Egypt. Have some money, Egypt. Have some money, Egypt. Have some more money, Egypt. Oh, that went down a little bit. Hey, yeah, Egypt the crocodile and me have friends. But yeah, I think my whole game here is just like strengthen my relationships and do well that way. Wow, the US is giving money to Israel. This is a unprecedented move. I have not heard of that happening ever, for sure. Hey, and now look at that. Egypt is now good friends of us. And now we just need to make Algeria good friends of us. Send some foreign aid over, maybe. Everyone loves a good... It is not enough. Jesus Christ. Man, this, like, chihuahua? What is this, like? A meerkat or something? Very demanding. You are most generous. You better believe I am. Give some diplomacy. Some more diplomacy. Hey, yeah, this... See, one set of money was not enough for that chihuahua, but a lot of money, and now we're talking all of a sudden. Also, Latin America, one country, with this cheetah. Kind of burning. Maybe is a thing we should deal with. I'm not sure, though. Also, South America is just, oh, everything south of the US, apparently. And then NATO is all of that. Oh, because we can't take the US, because they're a thing. I've been forgetting about the space race again, by the way, I'm sorry. It's a key thing we should deal with. Very shortly. But yeah, I think things are going well. Oh no, we lost Yugoslavia. Darn cat. Okay. So is that max of 2 we can get, or I'm not sure how any of these things go. All I know is that we started the game at 5-4. Now it's 3-2. So I'm still winning, but I feel like we're going the wrong direction. So we're gonna give the Arab League some more money. Make them our best friends. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Then station some troops there. Because now what it is it's like, hey, you want to invade there? Don't think it's gonna happen. And then we do a little bit of the same in Saudi Arabia, maybe. Yeah, just keep sending money their way. Like, what can go wrong there? We're not so different. Damn straight we're not. Maybe this game is really all about making friends in the Middle East. Why didn't we ever think about that? What? That's my solution to the Gulf crisis. Like, let's just keep trying to make friends there. The US has invaded sovereign nation of Cuba. We have to protest that. Like, Cuba, they're good friends. United Nations, threaten military intervention, ready nuclear weapons. No! No, no, no! No! I said ready! I didn't say hit the button! God damn. It's really easy to lose this game. They invaded Cuba! Cuba! I have learned from the Cuban Missile Crisis. That's not okay. What they I let them have Japan. I was like, sure, have Japan. I'm just gonna give some money. You've got the space race again. Okay, this game. Again, we probably could like have a more balanced approach here. But I reckon this game, don't even care about all these other regions. Just fund the space race. Like we'll defend what we need to. But besides defense, purely space race. Now we know. So there's no space race perk, but we'll just have like, okay, Cuba, we'll keep friends of them. Finland's a good person keeping our side, and then Yugoslavia too, sure, why not? Oh, Yugoslavia's not here. Yeah, we don't have a Yugoslavia option, so we'll take Poland. You know, Poland's got to stay on our side. So this is not a war game. This is a space race game. This is all about going to space and nowhere else. I kind of want Yugoslavia too because they're cats, but you know, one task at a time. So just pure space race, right? Just nothing but space race. Give all the money there. And we can get orbital strikes. Oh yeah, this actually is a smart thing to do. You know, I was being sarcastic. But I think we just tech up early. Let America take whatever they want, and then we'll take it back later. Like they're talking with Italy, trying to get them on side. Talking with Turkey. Not our issue. West Germany, not our issue. Our issue is sending dogs to space. And orbital satellites, apparently. Okay, so this is going really badly. But we've now officially got orbital strikes. So, rival clandestine activities are always detected. That's pretty effective, actually. And now we go to the space race some more. Get that lunar landing going. Try to be the first ones on the moon. If we can send a bear to the moon, then the US will be cowering in fear of that. Again, don't care about what they're doing. Like, okay, give Greece some money, sure. Give, what is that, like, Guyana? What nation are they going to call that? I guess France, but kind of not. Oh, it's Suriname. You know, have Suriname, sure, whatever. Not our concern. Our concern is going to space. Only going to space. Everything else is secondary to that. Again, we can take everything back later if we have a huge advantage in space. US deals with Pakistan, sure, Sweden, oh sorry, Norway, Denmark, Norway, or whatever. We are going to space. Every turn, full turn every turn. Hey, look at this, look at this. It's a pretty weird thing to do in the corner of the screen. Soviets first to conquer the moon. We did it, chat. We did it. We won the game. Because the Cold War, as we all know, was all about space. So now we've got that huge advantage. And we got these satellites roaming around the Earth. Do we have to play the game? Okay, you know, I guess I could stop the US going into space, probably, right? Infiltrate the CIA. There's a 7% chance they'll refuse an order to launch nuclear weapons at us. That's a really low chance. Let's infiltrate them. Try and get that up, maybe. So there's US agents somewhere in NATO. But not in Australia. So guess who's taking that next? Deploy some agents over here. Fuel some protests. Better believe it, sovereign nation of Australia is coming for us. Now you can nuke them from space. I'm just saying, would have been a smart move. Like, all the US left on the moon was a flag and some bags of feces, if I'm not mistaken. Put some nukes up there. Would have been a real effective strategy, I reckon. So we're just going to keep on... There's a 2% chance of success there. So instead, we'll just fund some insurgencies. Weaken their support here. Fund an insurgency. Just keep doing this until... We could even just invade, honestly. Oh no, wait, invading. We've learned. You did not want that happening. I remember playing MW2 of you and Mike. Now you have 1 million subscribers. Thank you. Congrats, man. Thanks, man. Fun an insurgency again. I reckon so. It's been a long time since the Modern Warfare 2 days. Now instead of fighting in first-person shooters, me and the kangaroos go at it in a war to decide the fate of the planet? Question mark. Also, where is Australia counted as? I guess it's East Asia. I'm not sure if I agree that Australia should be East Asia. I feel like a bit more nuanced than that. Make the moon a USSR flag. Dropping a tungsten rock from space would equal a nuke. We should try that sometime. That sounds like fun. So they're not happy with us in supporting insurgents in Australia. Let's just block it right away. Just back down. Let's this whole game we're just gonna go to space and back down and see if that's the solution. Like everyone thinks there's a whole bunch of strategy going on. What if we just back down all the time? Because we got 2 extra points for going to the moon, it seems. So let's send some foreign aid over Yugoslavia. You are most generous, I know. Thank you very much. Do some diplomacy. The time is not right. You reckon? Of course, my friend. Hey, oh, this is going well. Hey, yeah, so we'll get them on our side. Meanwhile, the US is playing some weird game where they spread their resources out. Now, I reckon this is all about keeping your current friends, making them new friends. Fund the insurgency in Australia again. Stage a little bit of a coup. I mean, just a small coup. Not like a big coup or anything. Oh, and now Australia's red. See, here's the great thing about invading Australia. Pro tip, if anyone out there is planning on running a major country, when you see a map like this, it looks like I'm winning now. Like, even though Australia only has like 20 million people, 24 million I want to say, like, on a map they have it's like basically a continent. I own all of that now. It's just mine. And now it looks like we actually have a lead, right? Like, oh yeah, look at how well we're doing over here in Australia. So fun fact, pro tip, always invade Australia. And then now I guess we're gonna back them up. Because we're quite likely to lose Australia, I want to say. Like, they don't seem like a natural ally. So we'll send some aid at them. See if they like that. You're most generous, I am. The commie kangaroo likes the money, as it turns out. Yeah, I think this is going to be the one that works. So they don't like that I'm showing support for the insurgents in Australia. Just terminate the aid. Just see if they even notice. Well, the US apparently invades Central America and bolsters the UK. They've invaded Mongolia. I'm going to protest that. Gonna present the case to the UN. Gonna threaten military intervention, and I'm gonna back down. They've invaded Latin America. Gonna protest in diplomatic note. Send it to the United Nations. Okay, we're gonna back down. They've formed a defense pact with the UK and stuff. Protest and let's. I give up on this. When the US does something, they get to do anything they want. Apparently. Oh yeah, it's real life, isn't it? Australia has spiders that'll destroy the USA. From the inside out, darn straight. So the good news is that Australia is super strong now. And Spain is in revolt or something. So deploy some agents. Maybe just invade. Yep, sounds good to me. Yep, what could go wrong here? And then diplomacy some more with Yugoslavia. And now I think you're fine. We're doing great in more than one part of the world. Probably need to back up East Germany, honestly. Like, okay, here's some money. You are most generous. I know, I'm great. Thank you very much, friends. Easy. So now, the US is not happy I've invaded Spain. It's so hypocritical. You invaded 3 countries last time. 3 countries. Justify the war. Refuse to withdraw. And... see, you have to play chicken so much here, or a bunch of countries start to hate me. Like, I don't want to lose Argentina's faith, but I also don't want to ready nuclear weapons. Humbly cancel. Invade Greenland. Yeah, I think for the map thing it'd be good too. So we lost the war purely because we weren't ready to nuke America. Man, I'm just saying, that seems a bit unfair. Just seems a bit like that's not a-okay. But whatever, we'll focus on Iraq, give them a bit of money. Everyone loves a bit of money, right? It is not enough. Apparently Iraq does not like money. Them and their goat millet. That's Saddam Hussein, but as a goat, right? Is it okay to... there we go. They like that. Give them some more money. There we go. Look how great we are. Trade agreement now. What did that just do? I'm not even sure. Stability, available export allegiance. Okay, perfect. So now we just need to take Iran. Actually, they're quite blue. So we'll take Turkey instead. And then we can hook up everything up together. Wait, Turkey is a seal? Why is Turkey a seal? So you can't actually My face cam being here is kind of inconvenient. I'll put it like... Oh, wrong thing to drag. I'm going to put my face cam over like here. And then that way I can look the seal in the face. Go for like a negotiation with him. What does Syria's leader look like? Oh, I didn't actually spot that Syria was a country. Like on this map. Again, there's a lot of countries grouped together. So Israel's leader is a sheep in purple clothing. Syria's leader is... I don't know why Syria's leader is, what, a crane? One of those long-beaked birds. Tried to invade Ethiopia. They could never get Ethiopia. That's actually a myth. Ethiopia was very much gotten. I mean, we could prove that right now, or we could just give them some money. Like, they're a lion, so... Gotta watch out for lions, right? It is not enough. You're most generous, I know. More foreign aid. You're most generous, I know. So, now they're really good friends of us. The time is not right. Time is not right. Okay. They don't want to be great friends. But yeah, we're doing really well on a world map level. I think we should take, like, as many big countries that are on the edge as we can. Like, you see, Ethiopia is a good example. So is, like, what is this? Like, Kenya. Let's be good friends of Kenya. Time is not right. Time is not right. Of course, my friend. There we go. Now we're talking. So we're just going to try and take as many big countries as we can. Ignore things that they're doing over here. Like, let the US solidify where they want to. Because as soon as we do one slightly questionable action, everyone gets real upset about it. Actually, no. Why don't we do a little bit of questionable action? Just once. You know, like, maybe we take Iran. We send them the raw materials they want. And maybe at the same time, we fund some protests, you know? Maybe deploy an agent or two in there. Just fuel the one protest, you know? Just see how that one goes. Just make sure they're not blue anymore. And then in the meantime, give some more diplomacy to Kenya. Yeah, that sounds right. Hey, the giraffe wants to be friends with me. So cat, you need to play I Am Bread again. But I am not bread. I am a person. Help Taiwan, they have 5 nukes. There's no Taiwan on this map. There's just China. Or like China. If you want to say it the correct way. So yeah, this game, maybe we're just doing it. Maybe it's slow, maybe we're doing it slowly. But it looks like it's real hard to actually pick up steam anywhere. Like, you know, this giraffe is playing hardball. Harder than I've ever seen. Oh no, he's red now. Let's get the Ethiopian man on point. Spent 5 hours watching 170 minutes of mining and you're destroying desert videos. It's like listening to a good podcast and watching a Let's Play once, says Infamous Corey. Oh, it's going to read itself.
5 hours watching 170 minutes of mining and you're destroying desert videos. It's like listening to a good podcast and watching a Let's Play at once.
It's been a while since I've done like X minutes of just mining thing. I want to do something like it again, if I'm being entirely honest. It's been some time, right? So don't worry, it will happen soon. I just kind of am liking the big project videos, so it'll happen at some point, just not at some point too soon. Now you know. So it's my turn. I'm gonna finish up Ethiopia. Time is not right. Time is definitely right. Okay, Ethiopia is deep red now. Again, really helps our case overall. And then also maybe fund the odd insurgency in Iran. Everyone knows Iran is a great place to be stabilizing every now and then. Also, I like he's got the Supreme Leader hat, but also he's a one of those animals with the weird horns. Oh, by the way, big thank you for all the $10 super chat, Infamous Curry. Really appreciate it. This is just 58 minutes of establishing communism, says Polish boy. You know, now that you say it, this is basically that, isn't it? So, the US is trying to make friends of Iran, I think. Or maybe we're trying to make friends of Iran. Oh no, yeah, that was the info. I secretly want to see what happens if you just, like, leave the game a bunch and just let the US do their thing. Do we eventually take lead, or how does that go? But yeah, my plan here is just to take all the countries like this and leave them a little bit out in the air. Actually, wait, I think Greece is a... Turkey, maybe? You know, I think Greece is a good example of, like, hey... Oh, no, wait, we know there are spies in some places. There's got to be spies in, like... Italy, right? Counter spy. No, there's not. Why didn't Java players get a free version of Bedrock when it was first released? I want to switch to the Bedrock version. Oh, it didn't say why, it just said didn't. So yeah, they only got it when it first released. If you buy Java now... Hey, I killed an agent, by the way. Agent assassinated. Better believe it. And now we can fuel some protests. Make France a little bit less angry. Or less happy with the USA. USA. So yeah, if you buy Java now, you can't get it. If you got it at the very first time, then... if you... sorry, let me phrase that correctly. If you bought the Java edition before Bedrock came out, you get a free copy. But the deal expired like a while ago if you haven't already done it. So you might have to spend the $20 or whatever if you have, like, again, it's meant to be free, but it was like they gave you 4 years or something to do it. And if you didn't do it by then question mark. Subscribe to BO Boss. Feel free to do that. Thank you for the Canadian $5. Let's fuel some protests, shall we? Whenever I see the word fuel protest, I'm like, hey, a protest about fuel, eh? Can get on board with that. But that's never what they do mean. Also, should we take down France now we know they're safe? Like, France would be a pretty cool thing to have, right? Yeah, let's take France, you know. Fund a good old insurgency. France is really good at setting itself on fire, as we all know. So let's just give them the money to do that, I guess. Oh no, we got a brush fire conflict. Hey, that's fine. So, yeah, let's end the turn. We lost India, but I think honestly, like, let's just lose South Asia. Like, you know, we don't need the, you know, we don't need T-Series over here. But what we do need is all of this Western Europe nonsense. So let's just keep invading France. Or let's keep on making France more likely to want to be invaded. That's my plan here for sure. It's going to take a lot of effort. Yeah, France really does not want to... They're really not cooperating, it seems. And so we're going to justify our aid in France. Going to reject the evidence, because we definitely didn't do it. Should we ready the nuclear missiles? See, this is the problem. Like, Toycat tries to establish communism. I ratcheted up a little bit. We'll ready the nuclear missiles. And then we pray there's a red button. Hey! Nailed it. Perfect. Now France is mine. The US got to pick keep France or be nuked. And I think you're fine. We nailed... Oh, no. We're going to have a world where China's a part of NATO, apparently. But yeah, we're going to go over here, fund some more insurgencies. We're just allowed to do it now, apparently. Because we threatened nukes over that. Fund some more insurgencies. Fund some more insurgencies. Fund some more in... Man, there's a lot of work that goes into France, apparently. So is a brush fire conflict good? Like, a part of me's thinking, like, maybe we should just go over there, like, see what's up in Zaire or Botswana. Just invade while no one's looking. I mean, I'm sure the zebra wouldn't care too much. Like, oh, look at that. Look at that face. That's a face that says invade me. Warmonger. I mean, I'm just seeing what's up here. Giving a good invasion over there. See if the US cares about that. Oh yeah, they don't even care. They've just ignored my invasion of Botswana. Like, yeah, whatever. I guess it is Botswana. Like, at least you didn't invade one of the important countries. So we now have gone France to be in this kind of worrying place. And now we give some diplomacy. Like, hey, we're really good friends. Oh, that's not going to work. So instead we give some diplomacy to East Germany. Time is not right. East Germany is really playing hard to get here. Is Wan Island. Here's a tip. Don't invade in winter. Don't invade in winter. Don't invade in winter. Now the tip it... Oh. They're upset with my insurgents in France. Justify the aid. Reject the evidence. Ready the nuclear missiles. US backs down again. This is the pro tip we've learned here. No matter how much the US says they're willing to nuke you for France, they won't nuke you for France. It's France. That's the lesson I've got here, at least. Also, they're really doing quite well with India. But yeah, it seems as though this is a game that has a lot... Oh yeah, we have a really bad chance of coups, it seems. Because all the neighboring countries, like, adds to the chance that it goes badly for us. I actually really want to have France in Europe. It'd be quite the feather in my cap. So we'll fund some insurgencies here too. I mean, look, at this point, why not just invade West Germany? Like, screw it. Oh, they've got a lot of troops in West Germany. We should not have invaded. So, justify the war. Refuse to withdraw. Ready the nuclear missiles. US backs down. Man, I would have been a great strategist in the KGB. Like, do not back down. Ready the nukes. He's like, they're really ready to press it. Yeah, a revolution in France, seriously. Yeah, they never do that. US has invaded the sovereign nation of Iran. I'm going to be very upset about that. Wow, invading countries. We don't do that, US. Not okay. Threat of military intervention. They back down. Perfect. Hey, look, France is neutral now. Which means all we have to do is throw in a coup or two. Oh, they're quite expensive. That might not actually work. So instead, we'll take over Italy, I guess. Yeah, fund some insurgencies there. Because if we weaken all of their neighbors, then it'll be easier to stage a coup. Oh. Brush fire in Syria. Should we take Syria? A part of me kind of wants Syria. We won't take Syria. You know, we're going to focus on Europe. We're going to do this the way that all good wars are fought. Just weaken Europe all the way down. Threaten them with nukes when things go badly. And then call it a day. Argentine says, what WTF is this? This is a Cold War simulation game. It's a bit goofy with all the animal heads and stuff, but I actually kind of like it. I think it's a useful game in that it's like, it's a fun indie game because it's different. The mechanics don't really make, the mechanics aren't like any other game out there, really. Like, it's kind of a war game where you really don't want to fight war. I think it's kind of fun like that. Take over the past land, but you'll still never eat, will you, USSR? So the US is supporting a rebellion in Pakistan. Gonna threaten military intervention. Ready the nuclear missile. Oh, okay. I think I bluffed one too many times, maybe. Maybe. I'm not sure. All I know is that apparently I've done a lot of draws today. So if you want to play this game, it's available in a few weeks, I want to say. But again, oh, there's a funny... Oh, wait, before we go here, because I've been enjoying just playing some goofy games. Tuesday, if you don't know, is the day we usually play different games like this. But there's a really funny thing. So this game isn't out yet. I was just sent a key, like, want to play the game? Please do. Like, we'd love it if you played some communism games. This isn't sponsored, nothing like that. But there's a really interesting thing where embargoes exist, where you legally can't post a review of this game until the 1st of May. So that means I can talk about this game. I can tell you if I like it. But if I give this game a score, if I give this game a formal score out of 10, I've breached an embargo. It's not technically a legal breach, but it's quite serious, you know. It's like, it's the same thing as breaching an NDA agreement, like, or any other court agreement. Like, you shouldn't generally breach it. So if I rate this game out of 10, I have broken some informal laws, basically. So I can tell you, I like the game, but I cannot rate it out of 10. And I find that just be a hilarious, like, give a score out of 10.1. I find that to be like a hilarious, like, caveat, because in the age of YouTube, you can't just say, never review a game. But, I don't know, maybe you find that interesting, maybe you don't. But for now, thank you very much for watching this video. I thought this game was fun, but it's a bit, like, it requires a bit more work, but again, we're in, like, beta 0.8.6. Maybe by 1.0, it's great. All I know is I won't rate this game out of 10. Just rate it out of 100. I think, no, you can't give it any score. You can't, like, you can say overall thoughts, but if you score it, that's a review. So this game is pretty good, but it does not get a score out of 10. Anyway, I think that's fun. So thank you very much for watching. On Thursday, I am doing something. I want to say no eating run again, but we might just do 90 minutes of Toy Cat eating while not eating in Minecraft, or who even knows. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on Thursday. Goodbye. I should hit stop streaming that now, shouldn't I? Yeah, I'll do that.